You try and fault find, beat them down, tell them all the mistakes they've made. What does that do? Have you had that experience when you were young? Always having your faults and mistakes pointed out? You just get dispirited, you give up. What's the point of trying? That's what happens with complaining. You don't have any positive input, you get negative yourself, you just get depressed and give up, or you just fight back with complaints of your own. Is that any way to live? Is that any way to have a relationship? When you're brought up like that, you also start complaining about yourself. You're not good enough. I'm not wise enough. I'm not clever enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not strong enough. I still remember the first year I came to Australia. I was number 2 monk, but I had to do a lot of work as well. And I remember one weekend, this man called up, he made an interview for counselling for his 15-year-old daughter. I'd never done much counselling before, but I was willing to give it a try. But he never told me what the problem was. So this young girl came in, a pretty young girl, what's your problem? And she was looking down at the floor. It took me about 10 or 15 minutes to get out what was causing her such anxiety and depression. You know what her problem was? She told me her nose was too big. It's so sweet that. What do you mean your nose is too big? Now put your head up so I can have a look at it. And I was a bit stupid at the time. I decided to be the scientist. So I looked at her nose and I gave a quick measure. I never got the ruler out, but I can understand what a couple of centimetres was. And I looked at her and said, I've had many girlfriends. Your nose is actually quite average. It's not big, it's not small, it's not what you'd call like an exceptional nose, not even an ugly nose. This nose right in the middle, like a good Buddhist middle way nose. And that was my objective opinion, but that obviously never had any effect on her whatsoever. Because she was so depressed because she thought she had a big nose. Now see, that's what complaining does. You find something wrong with you. If you haven't got a big nose, you've got crooked teeth. If you haven't got crooked teeth, you've got bad hair. You've always got something wrong with you. But if you've got a fault-finding mind, you're going to really suffer. If you've got a fault-finding mind, you can never find anyone to live with. Not even yourself. And that's the cause of so much problems in our world. People can't find a partner, they can't even have a good time with themselves, they're always seeing their faults. So that's why it's wonderful to see, stop all this complaining, have more compassion. More compassion to the person you live with. They're trying their best, believe it or not. People actually do try their best to get on. They do try their best at work, even though sometimes you don't believe that, but that's the case. In a relationship, people are really trying.